Real Talk Nation. I am your host, one and only Jessica Amper.
And I am Marcel Saruna.
And this is Real Talk Nation. So we're here again to open you with this easy hot revelation. But before anything else, let me introduce our guests for this day, starting with Miss Mayan Gumapak, the Provincial Director of DTI. They are the one who reiterates the importance of consumer knowing its rights and responsibilities. Mayan Gumapak.
Real Talk Nation, thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here in Real Talk Nation.
Next is Mr. Gundaya Jumari, President of Food and Agriculture Organization, an organization that provides food security for all and ensures high-quality food and healthy lifestyle.
Hello, Real Talk Nation. I am glad to be here in your show.
So let's go to our first segment, Social Media Minutes. In this segment, we are taking the shares from our beloved Filipino posted on our social media with the hashtag #RealTalkNation.
Our queries is to be answered by our very own Provincial Director of
So here's the first question. Do I really have to get a business permit upon selling alcoholic beverage even inside our home and not even creating small store?
Yes, even if you're putting your product in your own cabinet in the name of you are selling, you have to get a permit. It is because business permit enables your business to legally operate and do business in the area in which the business is registered. In short, the business permit can be considered as a license to operate within the specific area.
Oh, well said, Miss Mayan Gumapak. Just a few words to our inquiry. Do not rush into business just because you have the capital. You'd lose your shirt if you jump to it recklessly. So moving on to our second quiz, coming from Binaybay Luway, to be answered by our very energetic guest, Mr. Jomari Gundaya.
Here's the situation. My mother buy a soft drink in a little grocery store, then we noticed that it was already expired when we already opened the cup. Do we have the right to return it even the cup is already open?
So to answer to our queries, first of all, upon buying goods, see first the expiration date. To your situation, consumers are entitled to either an exchange or refund, as long as there is an effect in the quality of goods or imperfection of the service.
Thank you, sir. I think that response coming from you was very useful and helpful to the viewers who are watching right now, because there's a lot of the same incident that happen right now in businesses, particularly in online shopping, who were scammed or received defective product that never got attention or disregarded by the seller.
And now we step forward to our last part of our segment. Here's the question, ma'am. What are the highlights or some things to keep in mind about RA 7394, or better known as the Consumer Act of the Philippines?
There are things that we bear in our mind when it comes to this law. Republic Act 7394 is a law that sets the parameters when it comes to deceptive, unfair, and unconscionable sales acts and practices. It is an act of deception that claiming a benefit of ingredients that is not present in the product. That is an example. Considered unfair when you persuaded a person to sign a document. It's also considered unfair if the seller raises the price of the product for a particular consumer when this is not its usual price. It is considered unfair to be persuaded into entering into an agreement even if seller knows that the buyer does not have the capacity to pay for it. That's all, and thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for a very detailed and informative explanation about Consumer Act of the Philippines. It enabled us to understand and realize the importance of the act.
Okay, Sir Jumari, what is your message to the viewers, particularly to the entire consumer in our country?
My message is always be vigilant and take action when you see unfair and unconscionable sales act and practices. And if you're experiencing that thing, don't hesitate to report on authorized agencies. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jomari and Miss Mayan, for your presence in this program. You know, partner, in this show, I learned a lot about this law, and they enlightened us the benefits of the law on us consumer.
Definitely, partner. Other well response to the queries of our viewers, I learned particularly the process of its law and how the Republic Act 7394 protect us as a consumer.
We want to thank all of you for watching and being part of our program. We love you, and this is Real Talk Nation. Goodbye!